Hey, Mike Lytle back with you. And I've got a band that just walked into the studio, just right off the street. That's the way we work here at KKFI. But I've got the boys from the Alea Dilemma, Ryan and Danny, two of the key members of this band. A fine young band playing some progressive rock. And I thought, hey, you know what? Let's expose these guys' music to you guys, the listeners. Because I know if you're listening to the show, you like that kind of music. Now, Ryan, he also goes by the name Josh. So if I call him Josh, don't worry about it. He goes by either name. Tell us, boys, what's about your band?
What do you want to know?
Well, you're going to play hard to get on me, eh? Okay.
I like to tease people.
Okay. Let's start with the name, the Alea Dilemma. How do you get a name like the Alea Dilemma?
I'm going to let Sir Edward over here take that.
Lay it on us, Big Daddy.
Well, the Alea Dilemma came from my initial idea, which was aleatoric, and that comes from this style of avant-garde classical music where it was built upon chants. Aleatoric coming from the Latin word for chants, alea. And we kind of stuck with the name aleatoric for a little bit, but then we decided, we like that concept and we like the root word of that name, but we want to kind of make something a little bit different out of it. So then somehow we came up with the Alea Dilemma, which literally translates into the problem or the issue of chance. And Alea literally translates into as the dice may fall. So we thought that was kind of a good, profound name to have.
Ryan?
Yes.
I can see now why you never explained that to me.
I tend to give a Cliff Notes version of that.
I don't care which version. I'm just having troubles following it because I'm not a very bright guy, but that's just me. I like the name, though, because when you're talking about progressive rock, the concept is usually, Rush is a good example. It's known as a thinking man's rock, am I right?
Yes.
And
exactly.
The whole essence of the name of your band implies that as well, and I like that about you guys. It just beats having, the name of your leader of your band is the name of the band.
Yeah, Danny Breimer just doesn't quite ring quite well.
Or Josh.
Or Josh.
So, let's get to the music, shall we? I know you got 4 cuts on your brand new EP that you just created, and let's start off with track number 1, ID. Tell us a little bit about it.
So this song actually kind of spurned from a non-progressive band called Alter Bridge. I'm an unabashed fan of them, but I like music of progressive and non-progressive. There's this energy from the song called Calm the Fire from their Fortress CD, which is their previous one, and I just love this energy of the song. So I told Danny, hey, listen to the song and come up with something like it, and he could take the rest of it.
So I kind of came off that initial idea and then kind of went to work from there, and this is kind of one of those magical moments where everything manages to fall in the span of the 4-minute mark, which is very much a struggle for me because usually I end up going past the 5-6 minute range just to get everything in there. But this is kind of one of those things that happens very rarely for prog music composers.
It's actually a miracle. I'd never expect this to happen again.
Interesting enough, when I hear it, I kind of hear essence of Rush sound in the music. So I don't know whether it's just me or what. But.
Rush is a large influence on both of us. Then there's also Alan Holdsworth, who I was listening to an album today, and I was like, this is Danny all over the place. And the bridge is very much, we called it the Holdsworth section while we were learning it.
It's very harmonically complex and advanced. That comes from my jazz influence. I kind of really got into guys like Holdsworth, John Coltrane, a lot of where the influence was on the emphasis was on complex harmony. And so that comes from there. Then we get back into the Rush feel after that.
All right. Shall we get to the music, boys?
Shall.
Let's do it.
The song's called ID. The Alea Dilemma, the name of the band, local band, about ready to come out with their first new CD here, boys and girls. So we're back in the studio with 2 members of the band here, and we're talking a little bit about how you create a CD. And why don't you guys just tell the folks about the exciting news that not only do you have these 4 songs that you brought into me, but you got a new CD coming out within a week or 2.
Oh, actually, it's probably going to be near the end of summer. Our full-length debut is called Within the Clamor of Voices. But yeah, the 4 songs we're playing tonight, that's 4 songs that we really wanted to have considered for our quote-unquote singles. Not that any of them really work for radio at all, except for here. But It's been just an incredible journey. And not to be all sappy.
That's cool. That's cool. So when it comes time, let's say someone out there in the listening audience says, hey, I really like that sound. These guys got it together. They sound great. I think I'm going to probably buy their CD at some point in the future. What are the different ways that a person can find this CD when it does become available here in a week or two?
Well, you can go to iTunes if you're interested, or it would be available on our website that we're putting together. It's not up yet, but we're in the process of getting that together. It'll be available through outlets such as Rhapsody,
Google Market.
Yeah, Google Play, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, for those who want to go searching online, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the way the band is spelling their name, Alea, A-L-E-A, and then just the word dilemma.
With a "the" at the beginning of it.
Yeah, the Alea Dilemma, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And we're on Facebook, facebook.com/the Alea Dilemma. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram.
You're everywhere I'm not.
Pretty much.
Are you on my email, my personal email?
We might be.
Well, I
know.
you all.
I was just messing with you. Because that's about the only way I communicate with any human beings anymore.
Yeah, I noticed you still have a flip phone.
I do.
Yeah. It's
Hey, what can you say? It still works.
Hey,
like me. It still works.
Your cell phone bill is slightly smaller than mine.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Hey, cut number 2 here, The Catalyst. My favorite of the 4 songs. It's very Kansas-like in its nature, I think. Let's hear a little bit more about that song.
Yeah, back whenever I wrote this is actually, interestingly enough, the first full-on progressive piece I ever wrote, and this was written for our previous band back around 2007. And back then I was a huge Kansas fan, big into Rush. I was starting to get into Yes as well, and that's really evident in the middle section of the piece. And we performed that, and then that was one of the ones that really resonated with audiences back then, and everyone always loved it. And we just decided there's really something. What's the word? Special about it. Yeah, something special about it. So we should bring it back and make it to fit our new band. And so it kind of underwent a little bit of a facelift, and so now it has come to suit what we're about currently.
Sounds great. Shall we hear it?
Indeed.
Let's do it.
Let's give it to him. The Catalyst by the Alea Dilemma. Hey there, Mike Lytle back with you. It's about 7:30. I'm in here in the studio with a local progressive rock band. Oh, I'm in heaven. The Alea Dilemma is the name of the group here, and I got 2 of the boys in the band here with us, and we just heard 2 of the 4 songs, and we're going to get into song number 3 here in just a moment, but wanted to check with you also on the concept of how do you guys decide how you're going to write a song? What's the mindset on how you guys enter into songwriting?
Yeah, that's about 85% Danny, and then occasionally I come up with a good idea. I don't know how that works out ever.
Yeah, I do about that much of the writing, but it's still very much a band effort. First, it starts with I initially have an idea, and I studied composition as part of my master's program, and so I learned a lot about how to orchestrate music for like orchestras or jazz bands, string quartets and stuff, and I came to the realization that rock band is no different. It's just another ensemble that uses the same notes, same sonic space, and so I kind of approached it from that vantage point.
Nice.
And so I'll come up with an idea. I'll generally leave everyone's parts open for them to be themselves. Sometimes there's a theme or a little motif that needs to be a certain way. For the middle section of this next song we're going to listen to, that all had to be meticulously written out note for note, but usually everyone's allowed to be themselves, and I present it to the band, and particularly Ryan is kind of like my editor, and he tells me what's good, what sucks, what needs to be put on hold, stuff like that. And so it comes into shape. And also just having these guys in the band influences how I write. I know what their strengths are. I know where they shine. So it's very much a group band effort.
You got to prove something to me right now, because your voice, I said earlier when the songs were playing, seems like it's so much different than what you sound like when you're singing on these 2 songs. Great range, great high end, and clarity. And very Steve Walsh sounding in the one that sounded like a Kansas song. But you got to prove it to me now, if you don't mind. do me a little a cappella something here. Just 5 seconds of something.
All right. What do you want to hear?
Anything. Be creative.
Okay, I probably got to stand up for this. All right, I'll just make this up as I go along. I'm singing a song, and I don't know what I'm singing.
Not bad. Now I know it's you at least. Okay, on to song number 3 here. Any story behind it, or just go with the music? Forsaken Pawns.
This was one of the. This was actually the second song that we wrote as the Alea Dilemma, and Danny was definitely going for. I'm going to talk for him now because he's done a lot of talking. He was definitely going for a jazzier feel when it came to it, because that's a lot of who he has been for the past 10 years, and it really just grew out of being, wanting to have something that was kind of sarcastic sounding. At one point, he brought in the main riff that you hear a couple minutes into the song that I was like, dude, that's like the coolest riff that you've ever written. We've got to make sure that happens. And it just kind of grew into a monstrosity of awesomeness.
And that's in the song.
That's in
the coolest riff you've ever written is in this song.
At that point.
Oh, at that point.
Definitely one of them on the top 3 or 5 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it was. We actually called it the Sexy Shuffle for about 2 months until the lyrics finally were written, and now it's very Steely Dan like, except we get a lot more. I guess you could say aggressive in terms of sound.
Steely Dan and feel and tone, kind of. I love all that stuff that he did with the Asia. What else? Was that one album?
A lot of hits they had. And they all had a sort of a jazz rock feel to them, in my opinion. So I think that's what this has. You hit it right on the nose. Shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
All righty. The group is called the Alea Dilemma, and they're in the studio with me right now. We're sampling the 4 songs they brought in with me there. That was song number 3. And boys, again, welcome back in. Why don't you reintroduce yourselves for the folks who might have just tuned in recently?
I'm Ryan. I'm the bass player.
I'm Danny. I'm the guitar player / singer.
/ genius.
He seems to be the lead guy in this thing, from what I can tell.
Yeah, he's the mastermind behind the.
He's the Geddy Lee. He's the Geddy Lee of the
music.
group.
I just do the business side and act like I know how to play bass.
With this guy, it sounds like it's not hard to follow right along, right?
No.
Nice work. Nice work. I mean, like, all 3 songs really sounded so good to me, and I look forward to the new CD when it comes out in a week or 2.
Yeah, probably into the summer.
Okay, into the summer then. We can even go into the summer. I'll be patient. But in the meantime, keep getting us any songs you can. I'll play some of the songs from this 4-song set from time to time to keep the people interested. And as you get interested in maybe a band auction around here, love to have you on the show in a future band auction as well, boys.
Fantastic.
So keep us posted on all that stuff,
yes.
Okay? Anyway, any other insight you want to share with the folks before we let you go, and then we'll go out with the last song?
Well, we do have a show a week from tonight down at Davies.
Davies Uptown
Ramblers Club.
That's right up the street.
Yeah, we're calling it our CD preview show because we're playing mostly music from our CD. If not, I'm pretty sure we're playing all music from our CD, right?
Most of it.
Yeah, we dropped the cover song because
the one cover song you do.
The one cover song that we do, which comes from this one other power trio that's pretty well known amongst us progressive rock people. I just ran out of air.
Called Rush.
Yeah.
You had one Rush cover song. I can see where it would fit right into the songs that you play.
It just kind of tripped people out, though, because I don't sing at all. Like, I can't carry a tune in a bucket, but then he starts singing and, playing guitar. It's just backwards.
Cool.
That was a horrible joke.
On to the 4th song. Hey, and before we do play the 4th song, which will be our exit music for you guys, I appreciate you guys coming in immensely. Thank you for spending your time with us and sharing your music and your thoughts with our listening audience. Last song here called Betrayed Brilliance. Anything in particular you want to share with the folks about that?
This one's a little bit different than the stuff that we heard up to this time. This is more of, I guess, ballad-like than any other ones. More up-tempo, though. This is a little bit more subtle, I guess, more laid back, but it still has a good energy to it. The lyrics were about just kind of getting off the bus too early with your dreams and ambitions and settling for less. It's like you're betraying not just your brilliance as in your intelligence, but brilliance as in your luster and your shine. And so it's about that struggle with accepting less than what you know is the best, or continuing to pursue the end goal.
Not that we do that ourselves.
This is one that me and Ryan wrote together. He had some great stuff to contribute on this one, so we're really proud of it.
It's kind of like a goal for people in general to have, right, Ryan?
Yeah, well, with our stuff, one of the things that we as a band set out when it came to lyrics was to make sure that we really encompassed the entire human experience, dealing with all emotions, and not just the angry stuff from the heavy rock music that I used to come from,
or sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Yeah, I mean, we're
can't have just all that. No,
none of that. wait.
Okay, song number 4. Betrayed Brilliance. Thanks again, guys.
Thank you.
Take care.